Oh, happy Monday. It is February 10th. Today we are doing our pre-market prep here on YouTube. We got to see going forward if I want to keep it on YouTube or if I want to set it as unlisted. The reason I brought these over to YouTube is so that it is recorded for our members. So I'm probably going to end up putting it on the unlisted list. Make sure you guys join our community today. Link will be in the bio. Let's bring some charts up. And am I on YouTube? Yes, it should be. Awesome. Okay, good morning. Let me get everything rocking and rolling. Awesome. Alrighty. Good morning, and good morning. Let me get us up on Discord. I guess we'll go on Discord too. Why not? Good morning, guys. What's going on, Marziti Preacher? Good morning, fellas. I'm looking for some possible crude oil longs here. There's a 15-minute order block. It's looking for us to retest the zone and then push higher. So we'll see if we do want to hold. If sellers are too strong, I'm not going to take this trade. I'm looking to see if there's any level of support here we might be using, but I'm really not seeing too much. I'll let you guys know if I do end up taking this trade. Right now, this is selling pressure. I'm not taking a long position here unless this seller gets absorbed and they can't move us lower. Right now, though, this 71.87, pretty strong. Look at that. So we're not taking any trades right now. That's pretty strong. I want to see if this holds or breaks. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you guys drop something in the like, something in the comments. You got to make sure to move this over so I could make sure that looks okay. And YouTube, whoever's on there, you guys let me know too if the stream is fuzzy or not. So right now we're currently looking at some crude oil potential longs here if the zone wants to hold. If it doesn't, we do have another 15-minute demand here and a 30-minute demand here. Now, the reason I'm looking for longs on oil right now is because we're above that previous day high and we're above this major key level. So I'd like to see if buyers could at least bring us to that daily supply zone. We have 220 left in the 5-minute now, and we're trying to start to see some buyers. So again, at this point, if we can start to move higher, then I'll maybe take a long position on crude oil. If we don't, then I'm not going to take a long position on crude oil. Just got to see this zone hold. If it finds some support here and these sellers start to get absorbed, we have 2 minutes left and we start to see a long lower wick, I might see it. But right now, that's good selling pressure. We're breaking the zone. We haven't broken these pivot lows, so I'm thinking these might be some targets to the downside if we do want to continue. So, right, I'm able to adjust my trade setup. Now, something else I want to mention on crude oil today, guys, is that 15 out of 15 trading days, the past 15 trading days, it's only had 4 green days, which is crazy. That's a very strong bearish move. It went from 79.06-ish. Let's see, grab our ruler tool. 79.05 to about 70.56, so almost a $9 move, over a 10% move on crude oil to the downside, and that's sort of since tariffs weren't announced on the 16th. Tariffs were announced more recently, so we'll have to see what was sort of causing that move. Now, something I'm going to note on the 15-minute time frame is I'm going to look to see if this order block and this break right here to the downside, I want to see if this turns into a breaker block and this turns into a fair value gap, because that would give us, what do they call that, the unicorn setup? I haven't heard that phrase in so long. You guys catch the Super Bowl last night? What a crazy, crazy man. Oh man, what's it called? The Eagles just spanked the Chiefs. No doubt about it. Alrighty. Okay, I'm just sending this out, and then we will be let's see. I'm just trying to send something over to our social media. Still considering, okay, good, that works. Still considering longs on crude. Not really. That was a strong drop. We broke below it, we closed below it. We'll just have to be patient and see. Let's take a look and see what gold is doing now. And better yet, let's take a look at ES and NQ, which these two are pushing their way back higher. We had our data high right over here and our data low right down here. And we took out our data high when market opened. We had another market move to the downside. This was more news. This was the what was it, the Michigan sentiment report. So that gave us a strong move to the downside, good reaction, broke that data low, and then it used that range as resistance. So right now I'm looking for this area of consolidation at the bottom of this data low to sort of hold as resistance on ES. The next zone I would be looking for would probably be this 30-minute supply zone around 6110. It's not the strongest of zones, so again, we could even be looking for this previous day high to be taken out and look for some resistance around 6127. That is a 3-hour supply zone. And look at the move we had. Last time price was in this area right here. We had a very strong move to the downside. And then from that Friday to Sunday, we had a gap down and a push lower again. So I know that there are sellers active in this zone up here near 6130. So I'm going to add my alert there. And I just want to be aware of that. Let's see. We'll add our alert, the little plus, add alert. And it's there. Sometimes it asks you specifics. Alrighty. So that's sort of what I'm looking for on ES. Entry wise, we'd have to really see. I'm probably going to be watching the higher time frame, at least the hourly today, to look for either continuation or reversals. Why is it not a strong zone? Which what were we looking at? This one? Which zone did I say wasn't strong? It's my apologies on that. All right, we'll get back to that. You let me know which zone. This 45-minute demand right here, this was a good zone, and the reason I'm not deleting it is because it did hold up this day, and then it tried to hold up again. The only reason it broke is because we gapped below it. So because we did end up pushing right back above it immediately, once we opened, we started grinding back higher. We got it back above this zone. I want to see this hold as support. So a level I might want to look for buyers is 60.53, which would call for us to sell off a little bit. The top zone. No, it is a strong zone. This 3-hour is a strong zone. Look, the strong move we had after it's a very strong zone. Plus now we have previous day high sitting right below it. So a lot of people who try to take breakout trades, they're going to try to go long when we break that previous day high. Meanwhile, I'm going to be trying to go short in that supply zone right above it. So we're going to see which one sort of works out. We'll match it up with Bookmap as well and see if ES has any zones. Let's see. 60, we're looking for 61. Well, there's 6100. 27, all the way up there. So I don't think so, but look at this, guys. So we have targets to the upside, but we don't have any targets to the downside. We have one light target down here around 60.58, 60.50, and that's right sort of near my demand zone. So again, I'd probably be looking for these longs because I want to target the liquidity up here. So the question would be, where's our entry longs? We have a 5-minute order block right here. So we'll mark that out just as our order block. The blue zones, guys, are just zones that I find as areas of interest. The green zones are demand, red zones are supply. So if you see a blue zone, it's just a zone that didn't qualify for a supply or demand, but it qualified for an area of interest. So we're going to probably only be looking for longs on ES. Let's see if NASDAQ's given us better entries anywhere. Now, NASDAQ did break this 4-hour demand zone. Broke it that day, and it broke it a few times. Then we even broke it and used it as resistance. But now we're back above it, and we're trying to use it as support. So I am going to hold on to it just for the time being to see if it does want to hold as an AOI area of interest against 21,741. Now, as for supply and demand, I want to know what this zone is right here. If this zone's a BS zone, it is a BS zone. Goodbye. A lot of people are going to try to short that zone. I don't want to be one of those people. Now, I was considering getting rid of this data low level, this 21,790. However, we might want to hold it, so we'll see. We will see. I had a supply zone, so there's a 30-minute supply right here, very strong zone. Here's our gap fill from the other day. We're going to delete that. Previous day high is wrong. This is our previous day high now. And looks like we are in business. Let's do a new supply zone right here. So again, guys, supply, demand, these are zones I look for to be the tops or bottoms of our ranges, or to sort of help me find areas to go long or short. S30, where we at? Beautiful, beautiful. Because I'm really not seeing any demand zones here. Oh, maybe. Right here, possibly. So we're going to mark this out as our box. And the reason I do that is so I know it's different, because this one doesn't extend to the right. This one's more close. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It's closer, more close. Yep, we're going to keep an eye on that area of interest inside this demand zone. So that's pretty good. That's what we'll look for on NASDAQ. So now we got some zones on ES, some zones on NQ, some zones on crude oil. Look at crude oil. I said this trade's not completely out of the water yet. And the reason this was an A+ when we did come to this zone is because we didn't take out this high. We didn't have our market structure shift. If we took out this high, then we pulled back to this area, it would have had a better chance of holding. But now what happened was we took out this low right here, and now we're trying to push back higher. So if we could try to close above here on oil, I would consider longs. But we'll be patient on that. Market opens shortly. It's only 8:42, guys, so we do have some time. We got about 50 minutes till market opens. Yawn. You guys tell me about your weekend. Tell me what's going on. What's new? We just covered crude. We just covered ES and NQ. Let's check out those previous day highs real quick, though. Previous day high, previous day low. Gotta check those out. I don't think we did on these. Previous day high, previous day low, previous day high, previous day low. So on both of them, right, obviously we did take out that previous day's low, but we didn't take it out with price action. We took it out because price gapped below. So when price gaps below like that and pushes higher, it's sort of hard to count this as it took out previous day low. However, if we do want to look statistically, we can look at ES, so we'll go to our watch list and we'll do ES and previous day's range. And I want to do by weekday, Monday, previous day's lows taken out, only has a 56% chance of closing red. That's pretty low, because for us to close green when we take out previous day high, it's a 77% chance. So 56% chance of red, that's pretty low for us closing red today. So not too bearish today. Definitely not off of that. Let's check out the orb. Guys, look at the streaks they added. It's so cool. Oh, they only added one on this one. I guess that makes sense. So 4 out of the past 5 trading days, we've had double breaks or a breakdown. Look at that. Whole lot of double breaks, though. This is ES now. So ES, I might be looking for an orb double break. I'll look to see which direction we break to the upside. Look for some type of area of buying or selling. I want to mark this out right here, guys, as some buy side liquidity. And I'm going to go into it, and I'm going to call it IBS. BSL because it's internal buy-side liquidity. This buy-side liquidity isn't sitting at a major pivot like this one is right up here where it's sitting alone, right there. It's sitting right here where it's not at that major high. It's in between this whole range. However, if we zoomed in on something like the 5-minute, we would see that there are some stop orders sitting in here, even right here too. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Let's see, where was that? This was the high on the 15 though, so that's the buy side liquidity that I will be looking for. Back to crude oil, it did close above that range. We'll take a look at Bookmap, see what's going on. Nope. How did the 15 close? Ooh, 15 closed pretty cool. So we'll be patient on that. Definitely patient on crude. I'd like to see some buying pressure come in. It's clearly struggling, but at this point, if it can make its way back higher, we'll go up there. I'm waiting right now. I'm not just jumping right on in. Entry points right there if we could try to push back higher on crude oil. Good morning, concentrator. What's going on? Organic. What's up, preacher? Richie, Siva. What's going on, everybody? Good morning and happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Marcus, what's up? Hope you guys all had a great weekend. If you're on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button. And let me know how your weekend went. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? Were you not interested? I was more interested in the what's it called? The commercials. The game sucked. Chiefs got blown out. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't like to see the Eagles win. So for them to win a Super Bowl again, that sucks. But whatever. It's football. Who gives a blank? 246 left on this 5-minute. I'm looking at this buying pressure starting to build in here, but without a move back higher, then sellers are accepting price down here. So we're going to be patient. Good morning, Habibi. What's going on, my man? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good weekend. We had a great futures masterclass program this past Saturday. Real good stuff. It was week 6. I gotta get the recording on YouTube. Well, not on YouTube, but on the downloaded program, so everybody who has it can access it. Let's see. All right, come on, crew. Give me a move back higher. Give me some buying. Give me something, baby. I don't like this seller that's stacked up here at the 72 even level, but that might make it as a target. So again, I'm looking for longs if crude can start to push higher. 71.93. All right, I'm going to try lightly on crude there. Got to be careful. Got to be so careful. So it filled me like right here, I think. Where did it fill me? Nope, it did fill me up here. I'm looking for stop losses back at these lows right here. If it stops me out, that's okay. We're in a beginner trade, which means it's a light position. Beginner size, starter size, whatever you want to call it. And if sellers just bring it right back down, then I'm right on out. It's that simple. I do like the 15 hasn't created an upper wick here, but I would like to see us move higher because this basing candle right here, right? We have a basing, then we have a move higher. Basing, move higher. Basing, move higher. But I'm worried that we want to try to move lower, hit this low again, and then continue. But I'm going to be patient. I had my entry. I have my stop loss. And we're just going to wait on that. Crude oil is a little tough to go long on, especially because of how bearish we have been. If we're looking at the past 15 trading days, we've only had 4 green days. So maybe we're in a bit of a pullback phase. Maybe we are, because look at the lower time frame. This is the 15-minute, and I think even the hourly was trying to move higher. So we're just going to be patient on that. Hourly closes in 10 minutes as well. So if this trade stops me out, I'm going to wait for the hourly to close, and that'll help me with my bias. Good, be good. I'm glad, bro. Good. want everybody to be doing good. 10 seconds left in this 5 minute. Definitely looking more like a stop out, but it's holding. It's trying to hold, so we'll be patient on that. Again, if it stops me out down here, it stops me out down here. I'll maybe move my stop loss a tick lower in case it wants to double bottom at that point, but I'm worried if it double bottoms, it's probably going to come to this point right here. But I'm also concerned that if we do just want to continue lower, we're just going to drop. If we do put our fib up here, we did just hit our 50%. We don't really have a fair value gap that we respected on that, and I like how the 15-minute closed. I really like how the 15 closed right here, and that's what was sort of keeping me bullish on this candle, but that would require the 5-minute we're on right now, and then the next 5 minutes also go bullish to bring us back higher on crude. But if it does, it could be setting us up for a pretty nice trade. I'd really like to see us go hit that daily supply zone up there, but I would understand if it wants to continue back lower first to maybe pull some liquidity. Time is it, guys? It is 8:51. Could take a look at possibly gold, see what gold's doing. Not much on gold either. Gold, a little bit of a basing supply-wise right here. So we'll keep an eye on this. Definitely thinking oil trade's not going to work out, but it is what it is. That's why I said we got to go light in size if we want to take this, because we want to be patient, because the structure wasn't there, right? We didn't take out this high. If we took out this high and then we pulled back to this blue zone would have had more probability of holding, and we would have had a better chance of the longs here. But because it's range bound and we just took out these lows, just makes it a little weaker to the upside. In fact, I'm going to stop it out right there. Manual stop out, because I don't trust it. And we have to have trust in our trade. We have to have some type of confirmation and reason we're taking it. Crude oil's been more bearish lately, so I don't really want to be married to a long position right now. Now, let's see if our gold is giving us anything. Where's gold on that previous day high? Oh my goodness, gold's at all-time highs again. That is crazy. So if we could find a good long position on gold, then we're golden. The problem is we're trying to pull back right now. Hourly, anything? 2 hour. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not a fan of all-time highs because it does get difficult to find good zones and areas to enter. We do have right here, I'm going to mark this out as our hourly. This is about like an order block. So it was a resistance level, and then we broke it, and now it's going to be a support level. So if gold can pull back to this zone, that would be great for longs, for long entries. Let's go. This is S1 hour, and it's also in that previous day highs range. So something like that is what I would look for on gold. Now, starting out, this is just a 2-to-1, but I'm not going to have a 10-point stop loss on gold, so I'm going to end up going to a lower time frame, and I'm going to see what do we have here. Well, I see a little pivot right here. We're going to keep an eye on this. CL got a 1 hour supply zone just above current price. You know, it's funny. I thought I saw that. So let's go. What is this? We're just going to keep this as a key level right there, so we're aware of it. Now we could sort of have a bit of a tighter stop right away. Then we'll see how price action reacts. This was a 1 hour, so I'd wait for a 5 or a 15-minute close, and that'll help me find my entry and then my stop loss. Add an alert here on ES, add alert here on NQ. Gold, I really only want longs today. And we'll put a note in there. Longs, all-time high. Now that's anchored. So wherever I go on gold, it's going to be there. I'll be there. I won't sing. I won't do that to you guys. I'll let Random sing. That's right, Random. You're getting put on the spot. All right, let's see. Or Marziti. Marziti's back? Yeah, there he is. What's going on, man? We'll have a Bullish Bears Got Talent. We'll have a sing along. Bullish Bears Idol, like American Idol. All right, guys, that's sort of what I'm looking for. Crude oil back to Chop City. No longer looking at crude. Let's do a quick little run up on ES, just so everybody has everything. ES is in such a tough range right now. I hate that. It's gross. See ES on Bookmap. Any strong price levels? 60.90, 60.91. Strong on Bookmap. And then 6100. Let's put this down for a sec so we could sort of see. And away we go. All right. That way I'll have like two types of sort of write-ups. I'll have a write-up where I use like an edge full stat, and then I'll have a write-up where I use like a book map. Like, oh, book map price level right here using heat map, you know? So ES. All right. Now, it's hard to say directionally where we're going on ES because of how range-bound we've been. We've been range-bound ever since January, I would say 23rd, 24th. We've been in between the range of 6160 and 5960. So it's a 100-point range on ES. The S&P 500 has been in a very strong range since January 24th. Period. This range has been between 6,160 all the way down to about 5,960. Okay, I was gonna say, no way it doesn't write the numbers out for me. AI is getting lazy. Now, we do have some ways to go for that previous day high, so it's going to be tough, but we have to note, guys, previous day high on ES and NQ right now, we're a little bit closer to that previous day high on ES. And the reason I say that is because, well, not only are we, but NASDAQ's got a lot of resistance we're coming into. We just created a 30-minute supply zone. We also created a 2-hour supply zone right here on top of where that other 2-hour supply zone was. So I see this as a lot of resistance up here. Last time price was up here, the NASDAQ gave us a very strong move to the downside for about, 200, 300 points, almost 400 on that gap lower. So this zone is very strong selling-wise. I'm going to be patient on that. And then 6,100 on ES, that would make sense that we fail. That 6,100 is right by that internal buy-side liquidity I mentioned. So that's huge. That might be our A-plus setup today.
Friday, we've got a bit of a high here at 60.87 from the 11 o'clock candle.
All right.
Friday. So after that, we put in a high and we put in a low.
Guys, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to wrap up. Pre-market prep is all wrapped up on YouTube, guys. Going to end it here.